So Black Doom is the main antagonist of Shadow the Hedgehog. He is the leader of the Black Arms, which is like a race of alien creatures that come from a comet. In the very beginning, he basically just tells Shadow to give him the Chaos Emeralds and nothing much else. He doesn't give any other detail, he's just like, bring me the Chaos Emeralds. And so throughout the journey, he follows him around as Doom's Eye, which is like a part of him, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so he just watches Shadow through Doom's Eye and gives him orders to, just destroy Earth, basically. Wipe out the humans. That's pretty much what he explains his goal to be at first. But later in the story, spoilers if you haven't played through and you want to play through, just warning you, the spoilers. I don't know why. I don't know if you would want to experience Shadow the Hedgehog at this point if you didn't already. So, but yeah, spoilers. So basically at the end, the very final story, he reveals that he's basically Shadow's father. He used his genes to help create Shadow with Professor Gerald. And apparently the deal was, if Black Doom helps create Shadow, then Professor Gerald will promise him the Chaos Emeralds. And with the Chaos Emeralds, he needed the Chaos Emeralds to bring the comet, to bring the Black Comet to Earth so that he could continue invading Earth, basically, with his entire army. Yeah, that's basically the whole backstory. Black Doom's personality is very laid back. He doesn't do much of the tasks himself, even though he definitely could. He just relies on his army to do the tasks for him. He does crave destruction, like, it's obviously something he likes seeing, just based on the actions he commits throughout the story. But at the same time, he doesn't seem to just be doing it, like, blindly. He's not just killing just to kill. He states that he wants... At the end of the story, he states that he wants to use humans as an energy source for his race, and in his eyes, he kind of sees it as a way to save humanity. I mean, it's like a twisted way to say it, but in his eyes, he thinks he's saving them because he sees humans and he just thinks humans. He states right here that humans. He states right here that he's saving humans from their own demise, and that basically humans are evil. So yeah, he just thinks that humans are bad and that using them as energy sources for his army is like a way to save them, since he'll keep humanity alive so that they can still use them as energy sources. Like, basically how you like grow crops. Like, you're not just gonna over harvest, you're gonna keep crops circulated and stuff. So yeah, basically in a way like that. Like, it's kind of twisted to say, but he does have a good point. He still is attacking Earth so that he can be the ruler. He thinks that when things are under his control, things will have perfect order. Even more evidence that he's not just out for complete and total destruction is, I think, is the way he treats Shadow throughout the story. he constantly, because he's like a part of him, he constantly gives him chances to join his side, despite Shadow, like in certain parts, in certain story, in certain story paths, Shadow can completely disobey him, but Black Doom will still give him multiple chances to join his army. It is so that he can complete his task, but Black Doom can clearly do that. So the fact that he wants Shadow on his side shows that he has some kind of, I guess, a little emotion towards him, like care about him. And he does, like right here in this scene, he gives him a compliment, even though it's not like the greatest compliment in the world. He still gives him a compliment about his he still gives him a compliment about his abilities. So yeah, he's not just like complete evil. Like, yeah, he's a bad guy, but I mean, he's probably far from the worst out there. Now the only thing I have left to talk about is his abilities. In his boss battle, he has he can shoot waves of energy, create meteors, clones of himself, become invincible for a brief period of time, and teleport. And then in this scene of Shadow the Hedgehog, he has poisonous gas that paralyzes Sonic and his friends. He doesn't use it in the boss battle, but he uses it right here. It's in the final scene. And then he has access to Chaos Control. I don't know if this is a natural ability of his, like if the black arms just naturally connect to the Chaos Force or whatever. But he is able to use this. The reason why I don't think it's a natural ability of his is because he only uses the Chaos Control to teleport and not really for any other use. Like he teleports Shadow to a bunch of different locations, and then he uses it to teleport the Black Comet to Earth, and then after that he doesn't use the Chaos Emeralds. So I feel that if this was a natural ability of his, like if he knew about Chaos Energy and the Chaos Emeralds, he would have used the Chaos Emeralds in his final form, but he doesn't use them because he doesn't, like, in his final form when you're battling against him, he states that he underestimated the true power of the emeralds. So that, in my head, that makes me think that he's not really familiar with how Chaos Emerald energy works and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that if this is a natural ability of his, he would probably understand Chaos Emeralds more. But I mean, it could still be a natural ability of his that he just never explored too much. But I don't know. It just seems, I don't know, just this one part here makes me think that Chaos Control, he probably learned from Gerald, because because Gerald was studying chaos creatures and the Chaos Emeralds, so he could have taught Black Doom about them. So yeah, but even without the Chaos Emeralds, Black Doom in his final form is pretty powerful. He can lift up entire, like, he can lift up large pieces of shattered buildings, like about probably over 10 tons of weight, and just fling them around like they're weightless. He looks pretty cool in his final form too. Like I never really thought about it, but you know, looking at him again, he looks pretty menacing. Uh, although he's not, although he's not like a god in this form, like he still can't damage Shadow in his super form, so he's not like completely invincible or anything. He also needed the Chaos Emeralds to teleport the Black Comet to Earth, so that means his final form likely wasn't able to perform enough energy to do this. Or control space enough to do it. I don't know how you would examine teleportation. But that's just something I thought about, was he's not completely overpowered in this form. And that's Black Doom. He's a pretty cool character, looking at him again. I kind of wish he would be in a future Sonic game after this analysis. Like he's a really good villain. Like I don't know how he would come back because, you know, Shadow killed him. I mean, he could have. I mean, there was a Time Eater who brought back then, so Black Doom could have came back then. But obviously, since he was like a main villain for Shadow, and Shadow hasn't got a main role in a series since like Sonic 06, basically. I could see why he hasn't really been brought back. But I mean, it would be cool to see him again. You could definitely there's definitely a lot more you could explore with him, since he seems to be a pretty old character, over 50 years old, since the Black Comet had to have came around at least twice for people to know that it would come around every 50 years. So I mean, you could really explore a backstory with him and have Shadow like I don't know, have Shadow, like you could have some characters go to the past and explore Black Doom's story or something like that. That's really all I have to say. This was really fun. I hope I get another video request soon, and I'll see you all for next video, which is probably going to be the Sonic analysis. Alright, ciao.